Hey everyone, Sean here for Capturing Moments in Events. Today we are here in Virginia and we are in front of the Stephen F. Udvar-Hazy Center Air and Space Museum. We're going to be heading inside there. It has different artifacts of aviation and space. So we're going to head inside and see what they have. And they do have some kind of a sculpture here, as sent John Safer of 2003. I'm not sure what this is. It doesn't have anything. Now they seem to have a wall here, a dedication wall for all those who have shared a passion for flight. And they got all kinds of names on here. Not sure who they all are, but they said dedicated to all those who have shared a passion for flight. And it's actually like on both sides here on the wall. And there's a perspective view from back a ways of the sculpture. And toward the front of the building there, they do have a plaque at the National Air and Space Museum from the Smithsonian. It's the Wall of Honor. And again, dedicated to all those who have shared a passion for flight. Here's the front of the museum. And it's a very busy day. It is a Easter weekend, a Saturday, and it is full people today. So I wouldn't expect it to be, but it could be. And that place looks like this. So we're going to head inside here shortly. And just kind of give you a back view of the Wall of Honor that you see down through here. Pretty neat looking. It looks like a tower, like you would see at airports. Here at the Aviation Center of Aerospace Museum. Okay, we are heading straight forward. We're going to head into the Boeing Aviation hangar. So we'll head back here. It is full of people here today. Okay, I want to take a walk over here. It is packed with people. I was here at one time. There was a few many years ago, and there was hardly anybody in here. And today, swarm of people. We're at the top level here. Get more of a perspective view. We're going to try head over here. Okay, they do have, looks like they got various models, different planes, military planes, or just at the top level. So kind of give you an area view of it. And you can see right there where the level is, where everyone is at, looking down over. You can see the number of people that are here today. Again, it is a Easter weekend and it is a Saturday, so a lot of people traveling, a lot of people going places, and this is just one of the places. My original plan was going to go to DC today, but because of the holiday and everything else, I chose this for now. So hope you will like this. And they have like a little ramp here made into like a roadway here to get down to the bottom, which we are heading to. Give you a view of some of the modern military aviation that they have here. They don't have too many signs where I'm at, so I can't really give you a full explanation as to what each one is, but there are some that are down on the floor where they have signs provided, information for each one. There's some Marines there. And they have a little plaque with the National Air and Space Museum recognizes the generosity of Lockheed Martin in support of the Stephen F. Udvar-Hazy Center. I'm pretty familiar with Lockheed Martin. Some of you may know that. Some of you may not know, but yeah, pretty neat. This is one of the museums where you can probably spend almost the whole day looking around. So I'm just going to try to get what I can get, and hopefully you will like what you will like. This museum was actually in a Transformer movie that they actually made a movie of the Transformers years ago. Interesting fact.
Follow him. Follow him. He knows where he's going.
Give you another aerial view. No pun intended on that, but yeah, just kind of take a look at that. Yeah, we're going to take a walk down here and see what they have. Just trying to decide what end do I start with. And I guess it doesn't matter, but I figure I'm closer here, so we'll start from down here, if that makes sense. Okay, this one here is an X-35B Stovall Propulsion. Okay, they have another plane here on display. Tell you, if you're big time in aviation, airplanes or anything like that, this would be the place you could come to. This is amazing to see all this. Yeah, pretty wild. And they got the Loon missile here. It's a lot of great planes, a lot of classics. But the best, I mean, this has got some great artifacts, some classic ones. Yeah, if I knew more about these, I mean, I can give you a better description of these here.
It's torn up.
Yeah, it's amazing what they have here. Unbelievable.
But like for the ball too.
Emergency exit. I don't think I'm ready to make that emergency exit yet.
Well, wait, we gotta.
Take a look here.
Oh, which way do you want to go? Well, did you already look at the inside? Yeah. Okay, the shiny one right there.
Yeah, the shiny one.
That's a trainer jet. Before being replaced by the Cessna like Camper. No, not different. It's a jet. Yeah, and then the other one is used for carrying.
Here's looking down at the other side of the building there. Again, if you look up, you'll see they have a partition up there where you can get an area view looking down. People taking pictures and video. And then look come over here. We have the McDonnell Douglas FA-18C Hornet. It's amazing to look at something in person that has that full-scale view. And these are a lot of these planes that you're used to see in movies, and pictures, and you're seeing it live, full scale. You got the Grumman EA-6B Prowler. I think it's so awesome to be looking at these in person. Look at that one there. And this would be a Lockheed Martin X-35B Joint Strike Fighter. Yeah, look at that. There's another one for the Navy. Avant RF 8G Crusader. So Korea and Vietnam Aviation. I got a little donation here. Shape size of a rocket. I got planes on both sides of me here. I don't want to miss anything. I believe this is the A6 Intruder. pretty neat to look at these planes up front and close up. It's amazing how many they have in this place. And here they have the United States Air Force Gulf War F-16 pilot flight suit that they wore during the Gulf years. I think that went back as January 1991, if I remember right. Here's the United States Navy Tomcatters flight gear. Another Marines flight jet. You hear some of these guys here in the museum talking about these airplanes, that they flew this plane, they flew that plane, or this is this plane and this is that plane, and I basically have no idea on some of them, or nor have I ever flown on any of them. It's just pretty neat to hear that. In my book, I think it's just kind of pretty neat because some of these men that have been to war have flown into similar planes, such as they're looking at here. And then just kind of talk about the past, the history of the time when they were in war, sharing stories. Pretty neat. You can take a look at this one here. This is kind of the back view that we went through. This one here, I'm not sure what it is. Let me just kind of come through here. Hey, look, they got me on TV. Toward the front they have, but I just want to give you a perspective view of the size of this thing. Let me just kind of turn the camera here. You can kind of see how big this thing is.
They wouldn't allow flash photography.
Okay, what this is, I'm just trying to swarm of people here. It's a Lockheed SR-71A Blackbird. So let's trying to get in front of the sign, but there's a lot of people here today. Pretty cool. Very impressive. Man, it's unbelievable, the planes that they got here. And they have up here a Rolex Looks like a Rolex watch with a clock up there. Time about 3 o'clock. Not sure what's going on here, but they have a plane here where I guess you can actually go in and sit down inside of it. So, yeah, everyone's in line for that. I mean, if you're heading down toward Washington and in Virginia, I mean, this is free to enter, but it's $15 to park. So that's the only fee you'll be paying is a $15 fee to park. But inside, you get inside, it's free. And this is pretty neat. We're not even halfway done yet. We're going to head into the James S. McDonald Space Hangar, where they have the Space Shuttle Discovery inside. So we're going to head there. Just want to take a look at this artifact here, which I think is pretty cool. And they have an astronaut there standing here. If you want your pictures taken with them. This is the big focal point that everyone's crowded around, is the Discovery Space Shuttle Discovery, I should say. Kind of take a look at this. You kind of see the tiles that are on the spaceship. Pretty big size. Kind of neat to see the tiles underneath the wing of the shuttle. And they do have like a models of different space shuttles in a glass case here. And this right here is the Columbia First Orbital in Space, which was first launched in April 12th of 1981. And this is the final shuttle design that they have.
See, this is how it goes.
And look at the back of the shuttle, the rocket.
Are you a time traveler?
Look at that. It's how big this thing is. Very neat to see the rocket boosters in from the back end. They have a variety of rockets and missiles down in a small scale, like different ones they had used. It's really hard to try to get around. A lot of people here today. I don't want to rudely, but yeah, look, they've even got the different pictures and so forth. It's pretty neat, different models that they have. And if you look here, they got the Space Lab Laboratory Modular. Things are just floating in space. Space Lab Transfer Tunnel Joggle Selection. the Space Lab Subsystems Igloo. Imagine sitting inside of something like that. Pretty neat. Got a lot of stuff in here. I'm not sure what they all have. Different varieties of equipment that they use in space. You got the stratoscope too, telescope.
Oh wow, look at
JPL. I'm asking you.
And there's like the stuff that they have on planets. Now kind of actually walking on the other side of the Space Shuttle Discovery. And over here they have different space suits that the astronauts have worn through the years.
Oh look, you want to play with the space shuttle?
You got the gloves, yeah, the suit. Pretty neat. This is really wild to see. And there's the pressure helmet. And they had some interesting phone booths shaped like a rocket. The old rotary dial we no longer see today. If you're able to find a phone booth anywhere that's a rotary dial, then you're one of a kind. And here's a pretty neat mailbox, the USPS JediMaster.com R2-D2 collection box. That's made pretty neat. Yeah, I just had to stop over to see that. But here's the 1970 Apollo. This is different suits that they had worn while they were up in space. I think I might be going backwards here, but oh well. So be it. 1965. And you got your 1967 spacesuit. I guess it's different suits you gotta wear each time you go to space, depending on what space assignment you're doing, I guess. You think they make them all the same, but definitely not. There's like so many of them here. And this here, believe it or not, was the John Glenn training pouch. I think that John Glenn once sat in there. Probably doing a lot of somersaults and spinning around. Yep. Checking out the G-force. Take a look at a lot of these spaceships after they have landed. Pretty neat to look at. And believe it or not, this is a robot that was built in NASA's Manned Spacecraft Center in the 1960s using the spaceship development. I think this is what that way they can kind of test stuff in a spaceship suit. We got the heat shield that they have. And then here, I want to get in some visual. This is stuff that they used on the moon, like a TV camera for the Skylab, wide angle lens for the Apollo 13. A lot of pretty neat artifacts here.
That's a pretty advanced.
Yeah, here's another TV camera. Virtual reality headset and NASA. Now you have to understand, if you look at half of the stuff that you see here, most of it's coming back from the 1960s, and back then that has to be very high advanced. Look at that. They have inside here a glass case of nostalgic toys. They got like an astronaut toy, a piston action robot toy. I know that, like right here, Robbie the robot. He was big time back in the 60s, if most of you remember him. We come down here. We got astronaut Barbie Miss Astronaut outfit, and Babylon figures, along with the Star Wars. Look at that. Some great action. Empire Strikes Back. And some more Barbie dolls. Here's one of my favorites. Lost in Space trading cards from 1965 to 1968. And then in the back, you can kind of see Star Trek. And there's the communicator sets. Flash Gordon. Well, toys that kids played with back in the days. You know, they don't make anything like this anymore. And science fiction toys. I mean, these are from the 60s. A lot of these guns that you see here. Flash Gordon space targets. I got an old watch. Then you come down here, you got your lunch buckets. Boy, be neat to have some of them now, those artifacts. I'm always interested in old nostalgic artifacts. Here's the mobile quarantine facility, Manned Spacecraft Center. I remember this very well. Take a look. They have it closed off here. So when you came down from the moon, and you didn't want to expose the moon dust or anything, you would stay in this and be quarantined for a while. That's what they used to do back then. Yeah, they would stay in here so they don't, what they said, won't expose the moon germs. And there was a picture here one time with President Richard Nixon with the astronauts. So this was like where Richard Nixon and the astronauts were back in the day of time when they made sure that they weren't exposing the moon germs to everybody. So they would stay in here to be quarantined. This here they have behind a glass case. It's pretty neat. If you do Close Encounters of the Third Kind, this was a model. This is a model of the mothership from the movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Pretty wild. See that? Okay, there's a gentleman here shining the light. You can kind of see the interior of it. Look at that. See? Darth Vader spaceship. Right. See it. Right there. Darth Vader spaceship. A little Easter egg there. Especially around Easter weekend. That's pretty fascinating. Oh, it's got someone else. Ah, yes. You see a little R2-D2 there sitting on the edge. See that? Sitting right there where the light is. Little R2-D2 droid sitting there. Is there any more?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's got more. Okay, well, we're going to go around and see what he's got.
Oh, wait, never mind.
Slide around to my right.
Okay, we'll go right on this side of you.
And you'll have to.
Oh, I see on the top there.
Yep.
Okay.
The cemetery.
Yeah, okay. So we can see that.
Okay.
Yeah?
And let's go over.
Okay, it's got more hidden gems here.
Is that the Volkswagen? There it is.
Oh, there it is. Yep.
Yeah.
A little Volkswagen in the back.
Oh, ha. Oh, yeah. Easy.
So things you don't see. 9 out of 10 people just look at and walk away and missing out the... Okay, it looks like a little airplane you're showing me there now. Yeah.
TBF Avenger from Flight 19.
Okay. Wow.
Okay, I'm coming around underneath you. To the back wall, to the back side.
Oh, yeah, we see a shark. I don't know if you guys would be able to see that, but yeah, there's a little shark back there. Pretty neat. Wow, that's someone had imagination there.
And right there.
Oh, yeah, it looks like, let's see if I can see that. I'm kind of touching that. What is that? Is that a mailbox?
It is.
Mailbox?
It's
Okay.
mailbox.
Okay. And my eyes are not as bad as I thought they were. I mean, they are bad, but okay. That's great. Well, thanks for showing that, pointing that out.
You're welcome.
Wow. There we go. Something I didn't know about.
So there's hidden things that
Yes. The hidden Easter eggs on an Easter weekend. Cameras in space. This is a lot of different cameras that they had used in space. It's pretty wild. Wow. A lot of nice cameras here. Some of them look fairly new. Wow. Like there's a lunar surveillance television camera. Right there. A Saturn 1 stage separation camera capsule. So it's a camera, so when they separate the capsule during separation, these are the cameras that captures them. That is pretty neat. Imagine, surprisingly how much heat that can take to get all that. We still got some more to look around. It's hard to believe. We got another section we're going to head to and see what they have down there. So let's head there and see what else they got. Okay, you have the Corporal missile here. Check that out. I got this place loaded with planes. You don't know if you're getting all of them or even half of them. I really wish I was a little more informative, but you know, for me to sit down and go through the museum, go through each plane, each individual plane, and get the history, the specs, I think I'd be in my room for over a month to be able to do that. So I figure come here, show you what they have, kind of read the information board, and kind of go from there. And hopefully you guys get some information. If you guys know anything more about it, any kind of aircraft you see or spaceship, you know, feel free to comment, please. Let me know what's what. I'd like to know. Appreciate that. Look at this treasure. It looks pretty well beat up. Going through World War II. This is in German. You can tell with the German swatch in the back tail. We're going to get into some of the World War II aviation planes that you see here. So it's kind of like the German World War II planes that they have. I mean, this place is big. I'm not going to go in detail on each one. Right. I mean, if you want, you can freeze your screen and read the description to each of these. That's why I'm just kind of panning down on them. For me to just sit here and read them too all be kind of redundant to do so. So.
मी त्याला काल बोलली कापायची आज कापायची.
I always thought Kawasaki only made motorcycles, but I guess not. Kawasaki Kai 45. I believe this is it.
This salon, the termination in correction, probably came from the Aviation factory from
Wow.
one of only 28 built and no one survived today. During the restoration of the salon, a number of restorations were discovered. This aircraft was built in quite a bit of wet. Many of the factory personnel were people
And just look at this one here above the plane. I see the tail wing, and then it goes. I tell you, it's really amazing to come to a museum like this and see all different kinds of aviation that they do have.
It's tied to.
Yeah, a lot of people here today. Going to give you the Republic P-4017 Thunderbolt. I'm sure a lot of these planes inside this museum have so much history in them. And we actually have in front of us the Boeing 707. You've been hearing a lot about them in the news. It's the Dash 80, the 367-80. Wow, it's hard to believe you think of a jet plane inside of a museum. Wow. And then, of course, you got a lot of these other planes up above. Wow, pretty neat to look at some of these planes. Now, from what I understand, that this museum was opened in December of 2003. Is when this museum was opened. And it always, as I'm looking, how do they get these planes to hang up there? You know, I thought, you know, decorating for Christmas and hanging up bulbs and greens was hard. Can you imagine trying to put up planes? Wow. No, I thought it'd be pretty neat if they had some of the Wright brothers plane, but I'm going to guess it's probably, they do have a museum of that down in North Carolina at Kitty Hawk. So that's probably why they don't have any here, is my guess. But if you wanted to see something like that, that's probably where you would go. You know, this here's your Boeing 307 Stratoliner Chip Flying Cloud. This is a commercial aviation, a Clipper Flying Cloud. Wow. This right here is a Concorde. This is one of the fastest planes. Look at this. Wow. That is a big stretch. Man, I can't imagine to fly one of these. Just kind of look at the wheels here underneath the Concorde. Look at that. Here's a pictorial to show you of the Concorde inside, what it looks like. the 360 panorama of the cockpit that they're showing.
That's a unique space-saving attraction.
This is the Bell 2006 L-1 Long Ranger 2 Spirit of Texas. Air Force. Just show you some of the helicopters that they have here. Yeah, I wish for this video, I wish I had a guide tour with me. But of course, when you have a guide tour, there's always a fee that's in there. Not that I'm cheap. I just, sometimes I might not want a guide tour, the full tour. When I look around, it's like, okay, I just kind of want to end it on my terms. So nothing against tour guides, charging a fee. I get it. Doing the job, they're making money. But there's just times where you just want to come and go on your own leisure without having pressure. Say, hey, Mr. Tour Guide, I gotta go. And they probably would let you go, but just saying. Just get another shot of this. Fredericks Place plane. Just wondering if Tom Hanks is on there or not. Yeah. Then of course you have the Goodyear blimp. Of course, without the blimpless, Goodyear blimpless, if you want to put it that way. And this is the camera I get shots of, especially during football games. You want to get an area view of the city or the arena, whatever the case may be. And I guess this is another one too, an old version of a blimp that they used. So just getting some last full perspective view of the layout of the building. It was a busy day. Yeah, and tomorrow will probably be even busier. And Amelia Earhart on May 20th through 21st of 1932. She was the first woman to make a non-stop solo flight across the Atlantic Ocean. It's amazing. But then they have here, they have her flight suit. They found her flight suit, but they couldn't find her or the plane. Okay, that concludes this tour here at the Smithsonian Institution of National Air and Space Museum at the Stephen F. Udvar-Hazy Center here in Virginia. So with all that airplanes, I don't know why I should have to walk. I think I'm going to fly. I don't know what plane to take. You know what? I see a plane over here now. Hey, I'll grab a plane. I'm head out of here. Take care.